The Heisman Trophy finds a new home tonight. Who's the most outstanding player in college football? We'll give you our pick. And the Falcons travel to Los Angeles. Will Julio be on the field to help the Falcons get back to their winning ways? Stay right there. You're watching the fastest 30 minutes in football. Welcome to Play to Win.
Today's show is being brought to you by the Southeast Nissan dealers, Mellow Mushroom Pizza Bakers, and Volvo Cars of Marietta. Welcome to football's Play to Win with Falcons All-Pro defensive end Chuck Smith, Falcons All-Pro offensive tackle Bob Whitfield, Fantasy Football League Master Adam Brown, Game Analysis with Nikki Williams, Play to Win expert Jeffrey the Ed Schechter, Medical and Injury Update with Dr. Andrew Lalage, and your host, Atlanta sports legend Bob Neal. Today's SEC College Report is being brought to you by the Southeast Nissan dealers. Choose Nissan.com.
Welcome to the show. It is Heisman time of the year, and we're going to break it down for you as we get started here with Adam and Bob and Nikki and Chuck and another Bob, the Heisman Trophy finalists. Let's take a look at I'm Bob too, as a matter of fact, as we like to say here on the set. Jabril Peppers, my Michigan man up there at the top. Of course, I like Jabril Peppers, but there's some of us who like somebody else, Chuck Smith.
Well, I like if they're going to put a defender there, it should be Jonathan Allen from Alabama. I think he's a special player, the most dominating player in football. I mean, to me, it's a lean year, but I think Allen should have had an opportunity to be there if your boy Jabril Peppers is. But a lot of little extra love being put on that Big Ten right now.
Are you on Alabama's payroll?
Adam Brown in for Jeffrey today.
I'm not.
Adam, anybody left off that list?
Everybody on Alabama's football team?
Yeah.
No,
Here we are. We're all on Alabama's payroll.
Just kidding. No, seriously. And two people. Christian McCaffrey had a nice season, missing a couple games. And we have Deontay Foreman, who led the nation in rushing with Texas. 2,028 yards rushing. Didn't even get mentioned because of Texas's record.
All right, Bob Whitfield. Anybody left out there significance?
Well, we talked about all the guys that we want to see.
Yeah.
Like the freshman quarterback from Alabama, Bob.
Who'll be the best pro?
Yeah, he's best college guys now is win the Heisman, but for the best pro, you got to go with your guy, Michigan guy, Jabril Peppers. He's a safety, linebacker, kick return. He's everything on the football field, and he's probably going to be the best pro early on to start.
Okay, we're also at that time of the year where we're into the Final Four, college football's Final Four. As we take a look at this, let's talk about who we think is going to dominate here or win. Alabama, number 1 versus 4, Washington, Clemson 2, and Ohio State, number 3. Bama, Washington. Bob Whitfield, your early thoughts.
Pac-12, baby. We get some representation out here, you know what I'm saying? And it's been tough. Let me go through some names. Steve Vittman. Don James, Lincoln Kennedy. These are guys from Washington when they were great players.
When they was garbage.
When they were number 1 in the league, number 1 in college
got
football.
Hurt before he even got
when they were number one, this is the guys they have on the team.
1992.
You haven't seen a Washington team like this in 20 years, so this might be the best Washington team since Don James coached them to a national championship.
Okay, you get your chance to push back. Now I'm going to ask Chuck this. Early thoughts on Clemson and Ohio State?
Well, I think, number 1, Ohio State shouldn't be there. I'm disappointed. I like for conference champions to be rewarded. I think Penn State should be there. Ohio State, I think they're benefiting from their last national championship, knocking off Alabama. But I like Clemson. I like where they're at with Deshaun Watson. I think Clemson's been a sleeping giant this whole season. Bob, I think you're going to get your best football out of Clemson in this playoffs, but I think it's going to be Alabama-Clemson again. Don't be surprised if Clemson becomes the national champions this year.
Clemson.
I like me some Clemson.
I'm riding them all the way if you say so.
All right.
Nikki, did they get the Final Four right? What's your thought on it?
Yeah, I think they did a great job with this Final Four. I think they took the entire season into account for once. They didn't cherry pick which games mattered more. They didn't fall victim to the prisoner of the moment, Penn State. And I think that no matter who we wind up with in the national championship, it's going to be a moneymaker game.
And that's our SEC report.
Today's Showdown of the Week is being brought to you by the Georgia Lottery, where every jackpot is a good jackpot.
All right, let's take a look at the bowl schedule for the SEC West. Some pretty darn good games there. Chuck Smith, want to go to you. What do you think is the most interesting matchup on that? Obviously, not counting Bama.
Well, I like LSU versus Louisville. I like two of the most dynamic playmakers, one on offense, Lamar Jackson for Louisville, and Arden Key, the outside backer, made second team All-SEC for LSU. I mean, I just love, the dynamics of this game. It's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be interesting. I love that matchup.
Surprised you didn't pick NC State Vanderbilt.
We call it, that's the toilet bowl. We flushed that down. That's how it is.
We'll be right back as we continue with football's play to win. The Falcons reports up next.
It's what everyone's after. The new 2017 Nissan Rogue. With intelligent forward emergency braking that could stop your car for you. Get to Nissan's Go Rogue year-end event for year-end savings on Rogue and the rest of the Nissan lineup. Take on any Galaxy. Rogue One, a Star Wars story. In theaters December 16th. Get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 11 models. Or save up to $10,000 on select models.
Cratchit, it's time for the office secret center. Pick a name. Go on. Who'd you get?
Well, I got you, sir.
Oh, fancy that. I got you. Here's a holiday scratcher. Could be worth millions.
Oh, I'd be truly grateful, sir.
I want you to have it. No, I don't. Oh, good gracious. Sorry, this is very hard for me. I'll try again. Okay. No, I failed myself.
It's the gift that's almost too good to give. Spread cheer with holiday scratchers from the Georgia Lottery.
If you or a loved one has been seriously injured in an accident, don't drop the ball by letting the insurance company run all over you. I worked as an insurance lawyer for 10 years and I know their tactics and game plan. I'm Roger Orlando of the Orlando firm. Let our 30 years of experience tackle the insurance company for you. Our team will get you every dollar you deserve. So put the ball in our hands and we'll get your case across the goal line. Find us online at atlanta.law or call 678-LAW-FIRM.
Do you suffer from irritability, boredom, and chronic cravings? Mellow Mushroom's craft pizza, beer, and cocktails are clinically proven to improve your mood and leave you with a full belly. Mellow Mushroom is fast-acting, giving you relief when you need it the most. Side effects of Mellow Mushroom may include salivation, euphoria, and an insatiable craving for more Mellow Mushroom. Ask your doctor about Mellow Mushroom. She may want to come with you.
Today's NFL Report is being brought to you by Landmark Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Always the best deal, always.
Falcons look to get back to their winning ways this week, and they're concerned particularly about Julio Jones, who has that turf toe. Here's what Dan Quinn had to say about it.
Totally understand when you have a toe injury or a foot injury and you're trying to make sense of it. What I can tell you is that this is something he's going to respond from quickly. And it's not a long-term thing that he's going to be dealing with, so if that sheds any light on it from WebMD or whatever we call it.
All right, let's find out more about that from our own Dr. A.
Turf toe is the accessory bone at the ball of your foot that gets inflamed, especially when you run on it a long time. And Julio Jones has been suffering from this for the last couple of years and throughout this whole year, and not really telling anybody until it flared up significantly in the last game. The problem with turf toe is that once it gets inflamed, it's a very, very difficult pain management issue. Julio Jones historically has been playing through pain, and if you can manage his pain, he's going to be fine on the field. However, once that pain starts to flare up, it is very difficult to become pain-free, and he will likely be out of the game at that point if it flares up to that extent.
Which leads the question, Bob Whitfield, should they rest Julio?
Rest Julio, huh?
Is that okay?
Now, if you're trying to go to the playoffs, Bob, you know what I'm saying? You don't have that luxury to rest Julio, and Julio doesn't have the luxury to take a day off. And he was trying to get back in the game last week, but he didn't have the stamina in his foot. So the Falcons are in, a tough position because Tampa Bay is heating up, and they're in a battle for that NFC South. And you cannot rest Julio if you need to win the rest of these games, which they do.
But if, how will the Falcons get by without Julio?
Well, without Julio, I mean, they got to run Devontae Freeman. He's become a multifaceted weapon. He can catch the ball, he can run the ball, and he's a leader. I like his mind. I like his mindset when he's on the field. But remember, again, Bob just talked about Julio. They've been doing really a lot of great work on offense without Julio Jones catching the bulk of the passes. So I just think they spread it around. I think the Falcons still have the recipe for success, even if Julio's down.
Okay, and the Falcons go to the Rams.
Right.
Road game.
Right. So to play on what Chuck was saying, the Falcons do what they do. They've been great out west. They've won at Oakland and they've won at Denver, right?
Yep.
So the Falcons are 4-2 on the road this season, and the Rams are 1-4 at home. Let's take the numbers. They add up. The Falcons, Julio Jones, Taylor Gabriel, the rest of the running crew, Coleman and Freeman. Falcons should roll this week.
All right, I'm kind of feeling a nugget from Nikki here.
Well, I'm just excited that the Panthers are going to play the Chargers at home in Charlotte. So Cam Newton is going to be able to have access to his entire wardrobe. He was benched last week, if you didn't know, for not wearing his tie on the bus. Said it didn't match his outfit. Go figure that. A tie doesn't match a turtleneck. Anyway, you know Richard Sherman has got to have a holier-than-thou moment. He loves to knock on Cam. He's already said Cam's having a bad season because of karma. So he had an interview with the Seattle Times just agreeing with it, saying you got to hold everyone accountable. Everyone's got to be the same. You make an exception for someone, it's a slippery slope. But, you know, Preacher Richard.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
By the way, he gets punished for it, and Bob Whitfield gets a bonus for that bow tie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you do.
And kerchief. The whole thing works pretty well. When we come back, we're going to ask the question, maybe even answer it. Is Tech in a better bowl than Georgia?
It's Landmark's last chance sales event. Last chance to top huge year-end Big Finish rebates with giant bonus deals on everything. Lower payments, bonus trade-in cash, easy financing, and immediate delivery. 25 acres and over 2,100 choices. More than anybody. These are the rock-bottom Georgia giant deals that make Landmark #1. You see, we do deals the other guys just won't. Online at landmarkautomotive.com.
Nobody beats Landmark. Nobody.
Wake up on the first day of winter and find out your heater is not working? We can fix that. I'm Brian Estes. Turn to the experts at Estes and Carrier. We'll make sure your system is running at peak efficiency with our winter inspection. Don't wait till it's too late. Go to estesair.com today.
Someone once asked, do we ever think about anything other than steak? Yes. And no. You can't fake steak. Longhorn Steakhouse. Tonight's special, turf and surf. Flo's filet and lobster tail. Our new crab cake filet. And our new renegade sirloin and lobster mac and cheese. Only at Longhorn Steakhouse.
You could win your money fast. Print, play, win. Woo! Print, play, win. Yay! Print, play, win. Woo! Print, play, win. Yay!
A faster way to win has just arrived. Introducing Print and Play, the newest games from the Georgia Lottery. Just ask your clerk for a Print and Play game, play it, and you could win your money faster than ever.
Print, play, win. Yay! Print and play, and you could win.
Win faster with the all-new Print and Play games from the Georgia Lottery.
Is your heater blowing cold air? I'm Tommy Estes. Turn to the experts at Estes and Carrier. We've been installing and repairing heating systems in Atlanta since 1949. The best time to schedule that annual tune-up is now. So go to estesair.com today.
Today's Hometown Team Report is brought to you by Mellow Mushroom Pizza Bakers, a higher order of pizza for your tailgating events.
All right, bowl season. Let's talk about the SEC East. They've got a number of significant bowls they'll be playing in. And my question, Nikki, as we take a look at this, Florida, Iowa, Tech, Kentucky, Nebraska, Tennessee, like that one, Georgia, TCU, South Florida, South Carolina. My question here, is Tech in a better bowl game than Georgia?
Well, let me ask you this. What do you consider a better bowl game? Let's just look at the goodies, okay?
The goodies.
Let's talk about the Liberty Bowl. UGA is going to walk away with a Bass Pro Shop shopping spree, Oculus Rift HR goggles, a Bulova watch, a Nike pack with Nike sandals, backpack, sunglasses. Now let's move over to the Tax Slayer Bowl with Tech. They're going to get a Fossil watch and a carry-on bag.
I like Fossil watches.
Under Armour is going to give them some sunglasses and a bobblehead. They each get their own bobblehead. So you tell me who's got the better bowl there as far as the goodies go. I like
we have
bobbleheads
one
too,
right on the
but I also like a Bulova watch
Bobs.
versus a Fossil watch.
I like Memphis.
You like Memphis? Yeah, there's something there to be said for that.
I mean, it depends on how hungry you are.
All right, we're going to switch over to the Falcons now and go to 680 and Brian Finneran.
Matt Ryan kind of snuck us again. Interception on a two-point conversion led to the loss eventually, but there was a lot more throughout the course of the game that hurt us. Not scoring in the red zone, giving up a fake punt for a touchdown, and another pick six for the offense. So it was kind of an ugly game that got away from us, and the Kansas City Chiefs took care of it. Hopefully we can get healthy because a bunch of guys got banged up against the Chiefs. Julio Jones has a turf toe. He's day-to-day. We'll see if he's ready to go on Sunday. And Mohamed Sanu with a groin injury will be interesting to see if he can come back from that as well. Jake Matthews is my biggest concern. Our starting left tackle has done a great job this season so far. Has a sprained knee and doesn't look like he'll be playing this weekend at all. We go to LA to play the Rams. It's a team we have to beat. We got a 4-game stretch coming up here, and we have to figure out a way to come home with a win. You win this game, you put yourself in prime position. San Fran after that, then New Orleans and Carolina. You need to go at least 3-1 on the home stretch.
This week's Keys to Success is brought to you by Volvo Cars of Marietta, where you can always expect the best.
All right, we need to get Brian a cup of coffee.
Tell us something we don't know, Brian.
Okay, now he'll never appear on the show again. After
He's
that.
our guy. He loves us.
Well, he does. We love you. We
Hair
love you
looks
too.
great, Brian.
All right, time for the keys to the game. What are your Falcons' keys?
Well, number one, the Falcons have to be able to stop people on defense. And I'm talking about when the game's on the line. Part of the problem against Kansas City, Dan Quinn didn't have the confidence in his defense to let them come out and shut the game down. You understand what I'm saying? So when the Falcons get ahead of a team, the players have to take ownership, and they have to get off the field and win games in the end, or the Falcons won't play long into the playoffs.
Okay, Bob, what do you think are the keys?
Well, the Falcons, Bob, they just need to win. They just need to win a game, and no matter how they're going to pull it off, whether the defense makes a stop, Matt Ryan makes a big play, Julio even plays, the Falcons need to win because it's crunch time, and Tampa Bay is not letting up, and they are, running neck and neck with the Falcons. So, Bob, Falcons need to win. They need to do it now.
It's very scientific.
Very scientific. Speaking of scientific,
just win, baby.
Jeffrey is our science guy. He's not here this week, but he did leave us what he thinks the outcome is going to be. Jeffrey is picking Atlanta -6. I'm going to go with that. That makes sense to me.
I like that.
All right, and when we come back in just a moment, by the way, we're going to talk about playoffs. Are they traditional or trendy? And I want to get your guys' Heisman picks. So prepare for that. We'll be back. And by the way, while we do that, you got to write them down on these
Give
things.
me purple.
Here you go. Purple. All right, purple pen.
You never know when the moment will strike. And when it does, you want to be ready. Mellow Mushroom's craft pizza, beer, and cocktails can help you enjoy a more satisfying eating experience. You never know when the moment will strike. And when it does, you want to be ready. Mellow Mushroom's craft pizza, beer, and cocktails can help you enjoy a more satisfying eating experience. Mellow Mushroom is safe for daily use. If you find yourself sitting in a Mellow Mushroom for more than 4 hours, you may want to go home and come back another day. Mellow Mushroom is not for everyone. Just kidding, it is. Ask your doctor about Mellow Mushroom. He may want to come with you.
Afoot and lighthearted, I take to the open road. Healthy, free, the world before me, the long brown path before me leading wherever I choose. The east and the west are mine. The north and the south are mine. All seems beautiful to me.
Lease the all-new 2017 Volvo S90 for only $499 per month at Volvo Cars of Marietta.
It's what everyone's after. The new 2017 Nissan Rogue. With intelligent forward emergency braking that could stop your car for you. Get to Nissan's Go Rogue year-end event for year-end savings on Rogue and the rest of the Nissan lineup. Take on any galaxy. Rogue One, a Star Wars story. In theaters December 16th. Get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 11 models. Or save up to $10,000 on select models.
Today's Fantasy Report is being brought to you by SD Services, serving all of Atlanta since 1949.
Adam Brown's with us for fantasy football this week. Traditional or trendy?
We're traditional this week, Bob, because over the next couple weeks, with teams clinching playoff berths, it's going to be one of those things where they're going to rest some of their players. But we're traditional this week with Drew Brees on the top. 300-yard passing games in 4 of his last 5 games. Like him a lot this week at Tampa Bay. And then Jeremy Hill at Cleveland, playing at Cleveland, who has given up double-digit points in fantasy football every week except for one.
How about the ball catchers, the tight ends, the wide receivers?
The wide receivers, Taylor Gabriel is going to be a fantasy monster this week with Julio Jones a little banged up, Mohamed Sanu out. Look for him to have a massive, massive week at LA. And also Mike Evans on this list playing New Orleans. Look for Jameis Winston to get him the ball early and often. It's a terrible, terrible New Orleans defense.
All right, sleepers, a little bit of a UGA theme here.
The UGA theme, okay, guys, look. Todd Gurley. Yes, I said Todd Gurley this week. The reason is because Todd Gurley's playing a Falcons defense has been banged up a little bit. Falcons have given up double-digit fantasy points in every single week this season to running backs, except for 1 week, and that was the Green Bay Packers game. And then Isaiah Crowell. He is RG3 back. And that's big for him because in week 1, they had a nice week together. Look for him to have a nice week against the Cincinnati Bengals this week.
All right, good job once again.
Thanks.
You're all set for your fantasy. We come back in just a moment. We're going to ask you we'll answer the question. Turf toe or no-go? Stay with us.
Good luck,
on
everyone.
Football's Play to Win.
Today's show is being brought to you by Longhorn Steakhouse and the Georgia Lottery.
Wake up on the first day of winter and find out your heater doesn't work? We can fix that. I'm Tommy Estes. Turn to the experts at Estes and Carrier. We'll make sure your system is running at peak efficiency with our winter safety inspection. Don't wait till it's too late. Go to estesair.com today.
Someone once asked, do we ever think about anything other than steak? Yes. And no. You can't fake steak. Longhorn Steakhouse. Tonight's special, turf and surf. Flo's filet and lobster tail. Our new crab cake filet. And our new renegade sirloin and lobster mac and cheese. Only at Longhorn Steakhouse.
Cratchit, it's time for the office secret Santa. Pick a name. Go on. Who'd you get?
Well, I got you, sir.
Oh, fancy that. I got you. Here's a holiday scratcher. Could be worth millions.
Oh, I'd be truly grateful, sir.
I want you to have it. No, I don't. Oh, good gracious. Sorry, this is very hard for me. I'll try again. Okay. No, I failed myself.
It's the gift that's almost too good to give. Spread cheer with holiday scratchers from the Georgia Lottery.
Is your heater blowing cold air? We can fix that. I'm Brian Estes. Turn to the experts at Estes and Carrier. We've been installing and repairing heating systems in Atlanta since 1949. The best time to schedule that annual tune-up is now. So go to estesair.com today.
It's Landmark's last chance sales event. Last chance to top huge year-end Big Finish rebates with giant bonus deals on everything. Lower payments, bonus trade-in cash, easy financing, and immediate delivery. 25 acres and over 2,100 choices. More than anybody. These are the rock-bottom Georgia giant deals that make Landmark #1. You see, we do deals the other guys just won't. Online at landmarkautomotive.com.
Nobody beats Landmark. Nobody.
Today's player injury and medical report is being brought to you by the Orlando Law Firm. Put a former insurance lawyer in your corner.
All right, it's time for the player medical report with Dr. A. What do you have today?
Well, you know, Julio Jones with his turf toe. Have you ever had turf toe?
Oh,
It is
yeah.
the most painful thing. So let's look at his metrics, because earlier in the show we talked about what it actually is. You see how it affects a wide receiver. High injury risk and below average. You know, it's really a pain management issue. So if he flares up in pain, it's significantly going to impact him in the game, and that's why he is at high risk. Now let's talk a little bit about some running backs.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Ryan Matthews, grade 3 MCL sprain, came back, now he's grade 2, he's rehabilitating slowly, but optimal recovery time is at least 5 weeks. He's only 2 weeks in. He is a do not start. All right, let's talk a little bit about Theo Riddick, running back for the Detroit Lions, grade 2 wrist injury now. And he also has a grade 2 ankle sprain. So both of those injuries is making his metrics high injury risk and below average. He is also a do not start. And finally, there's so much talk still about Adrian Peterson. He is not coming back this year. 20 weeks recovery time for a grade 4 knee injury, bad meniscal tear. It will take him at least 20 weeks. Do not expect him to be fully NFL ready until next season. So even though he's running sprints, it's not going to affect right now.
All right, you're up to date on injuries now.
That's right.
With Dr. A. All right, it's time for our Ippolitos. This season, be sure to visit our website, playingtowin.tv, and take a shot to be #1 by picking this week's college and NFL winners against the spread. We'll be giving away Ippolito's $100 and $50 gift certificates to each week's first and second place winners. So make sure you come back early and often. Prove your football IQ by being the best at predicting college and NFL games. We'll be back in just a moment for the lightning round. Stay with us.
In football, as in the legal system, it helps to know your opponent. I'm Roger Orlando, and I used to work for the insurance companies. I've seen their playbook, and I know their game plan. If you've been hurt in an auto accident, call me at 678-LAW FIRM.
Afoot and lighthearted, I take to the open road. Healthy, free, the world before me, the long brown path before me, leading wherever I choose. The east and the west are mine. The north and the south are mine. All seems beautiful to me.
Lease the all-new 2017 Volvo S90 for only $499 per month at Volvo Cars of Marietta.
You could win your money fast. Print, play, win. Woo! Print, play, win. Yay! Print, play, win. Woo! Print, play, win. Yay!
A faster way to win has just arrived. Introducing Print and Play, the newest games from the Georgia Lottery. Just ask your clerk for a Print and Play game, play it, and you could win your money faster than ever.
Print, play, win. Yay! Print and play, and you could win.
Win faster with the all-new Print and Play games from the Georgia Lottery.
If you've been seriously injured in an accident, don't get blindsided by the insurance company. I'm Roger Orlando, and I built a winning team to run interference against the insurance companies and get your case across the goal line. Call me at 678-LAW FIRM.
It's what everyone's after. The new 2017 Nissan Rogue. With intelligent forward emergency braking that could stop your car for you. Get to Nissan's Go Rogue year-end event for year-end savings on Rogue and the rest of the Nissan lineup. Take on any Galaxy. Rogue One, a Star Wars story. In theaters December 16th. Get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 11 models. Or save up to $5,000 on Altima.
Today's lightning round is brought to you by Longhorn Steakhouse, now featuring great American steak dinner. Longhorn Steakhouse, you can't fake steak.
All right, Jeffrey not here, but I've got his picks for you on what he thinks is going to happen here in the lightning round NFL. He's got Pittsburgh over Buffalo, Cleveland over Cincinnati. Yeah, that's it. +6, given the 6 there. Tampa Bay down at the right side there by -2.5 at Washington in a pick'em. And earlier I asked you guys to show us your Heisman picks. So what do you got? Let's see them. Here we go.
Action Jackson.
Axon Jackson.
Lamar Jackson.
Watson.
Deshaun. And wait a minute, how about Bob Whitfield's?
Yeah,
Trump
let's get
for
this.
Heisman.
Let's get Trump for Heisman.
You're so stupid.
We gotta make the balls great.
We created a monster. We'll see you next week
High
on
School.
Football's Play to Win.
Today's show has been brought to you by the Orlando Law Firm, SD Services, and Landmark Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.